Morning, noon, and night, and welcome back to the 10th generation of People Talk Show. I am 10th Gen, the fat gen. I'm trying to lose weight, but I've been losing weight, but damn. I don't eat as much as I used to. I think they say once you get used to it, you're gonna. I start skipping breakfast and I only nibble at lunch. They say once you start getting used to it, you get used to it. We'll see what happens. But this show is going to be about the Xbox X, and is it right for you? Even though I just scratched my head all over the stuff with this wrinkly shirt I just got out of the washing machine. It smells so sparkly fresh. Ah, freshness. I would earn it, but I left the urn on the truck and I'm not going to get it. I'm sick of that place. I'm not just sick, I'm always working, so I don't want to go back up there right now. I'll go back up there one day. Next year. Get that. That was just like, it's the 30th, it's the 31st, and tomorrow's the first joke. If those who didn't get, never mind. But anyway, this is about the Xbox X or the Xbox, which I thought I didn't know I still had this. I got the boxes out here. The boxes are empty because it's in the stand over there, and I'm not pulling it out. I would pull it out, but I could risk dropping it or something and fumbling and stuff, and I ain't gonna do all that. You get it. It's the Xbox X, and you don't think I got it? Just check the show. For those who watch the show, they already know. But you spent your money, about $500 on this system. If you didn't do what I did, just trade your old system in and pre-ordered it. Well, you spent the whole $500-600 on it. Me, I pre-ordered it and I got it and I just paid it off over time. That's what I do. For those of you all are rich, you just walked up there and got it, but you still got some time to keep it, or you can take it back and say you didn't want it, and the stores will take it back, or you can just trade it in for something else. See, a lot of these gaming companies don't realize you got to keep it in the house. They don't realize, they forget about that. So, is the Xbox brand is right for you? This is what this is about. It's supposed to be a Christmas thing, but I didn't get back here for Christmas. Okay, yeah, stay in school. Don't be a truck driver. Don't be a truck driver. But anyway, we're gonna go through the genres because, like I said, it's about what they offer, not about the power. Even though this is a powerful system out there, okay, unless you want to get a computer, which a 1080p is going to cost you about one of them, 1080 Ti is going to cost you about $799. $799, hey? This is a lot cheaper. Anyway, I'm just being honest with you. So, and then like I said, this is a powerful system out there. So if it's right for you. So let's go over Microsoft Strong Points, that's who sponsors this is Microsoft, and it's the Xbox X. And this is right for you because income tax season is coming up, and I don't get anything. They're making me pay. No wonder rich people don't file the taxes. I understand President Donald Trump now why he won't file his taxes. They make you pay for it. How you gonna tax me for something you already taxed already? Welcome to America, everybody. It's the greediest country in all. But anyway, the strong points about Xbox and the Microsoft brand is shooters, which if you can say it's the strong point, but you say it ain't because Microsoft really don't. They really don't advance in campaigning anymore. They really want people to just be multiplayer only, but multiplayer is just laser tag. So the strongest games that Microsoft got are shooters. Gears of War, which is my favorite game. It really one of my favorite games. It makes my top 10. And Halo, which don't make my top 10. I don't really too much care for Halo. I play Halo, but I don't like it. It's the Easter egg. Okay, I'll be honest with you. Sorry, Master Chief, but Katana is in another galaxy. Do you realize what I'm saying? Sorry, Princess, sorry, Mario, but your princess is in another castle. The same thing. And then you have to wait years on end to see where Katana is again. And then you got to do it all over again. I'm like, look, you make a game that's 7 hours long. 4 hours if you're just a ridiculous type gamer that just rushes through everything. And you can't find Katana because why? Because you're missing about 15 more hours of game. But that's what Microsoft do. They want you to go over on multiplayer because it's the highest grossing. And I'm gonna do a video on that because I got some days off and I'm gonna make some videos. And I'm gonna talk all about I'm gonna talk all about microtransactions, but I'm not gonna put them here. But anyway, Gears of War 4 it's my favorite Microsoft game on the Xbox, and it's a pretty decent. But like I said, it's just like Halo. About 4 or 5 hours on, then they want you to go over to multiplayer and shoot your friend in the head until you're dead. Okay, that's what they want to do. So Microsoft's strongest point is really not a strong point in gaming. Like I said, gaming is about telling a story, and Microsoft they don't want to do that. They just want you to. They just want like I said, of the three, they're just a business company. With Nintendo being a toy company, and Sony being the movie and entertainment company. Microsoft is not an entertainment company, so that really makes a real weak point when it comes to the Xbox. All this power, and they're just a business company. They're not interested in entertainment. They're interested in how can they generate revenue. So their strongest points are pretty much multiplayer because you can get pretty much habitual players to come in there and continuously buy stuff. Or they can sell a game and they continually sell that game over and over and over again. Or like one player, like if 5 million people are playing Halo, 1 million people are going to continuously buy stuff on the shop. That's what they're looking at. So like I said, their strong point is pretty much money making. That's about it. So if you buying it for shooters, don't expect much if you want you a good story told to you. But if you want to play multiplayer, which is actually a laser tag simulator, like I said, I don't care much for multiplayer because when I was younger, in my 20s, I was always at the laser tag the laser tag park, and I was like there every day. I mean, I get off work and when change clothes and run right up in there just to play laser tag. So I'm pretty much laser tag. So anybody who actually played laser tag probably wouldn't want to play much of the multiplayer anyway. That's just how it really is. Other than that, as far as it being the powerfulest, playing multi-console games like Gears, not Gears of War, but Call of Duty and Far Cry and Fallout and stuff like that. That is the strongest console. So third-party companies are pretty much where they're shining, but not first-party companies because Microsoft is not going to put into what it makes a game. It will be something worthy of the Xbox. They're not going to do that, but the third-party companies might. So it depends on what the third-party companies want to do. But if you've been in game, I've been in game for 30 years. If you know companies like I know companies, especially like around the PlayStation 2 area, they're only going to make the game for the best-selling their best-selling console. They're not going to for the worst-selling console. And the Xbox X has turned out to be the worst-selling because the Switch is pretty much dominating, and the PlayStation Pro is pretty much on top. Okay. Not to mention you still have the regular PlayStation 4 to deal with. So they're only going to make it for the PlayStation, pretty much the PlayStation 4, the prime console PlayStation 4. Some might put a little bit more in it, but it's just going to be a little bit more. It's not going to be a lot. So it's going to be up to Microsoft to make that game, and Microsoft's not going to do that. They're a business company. They're just business people. They're Windows. That's all they are. They're Windows. And when everything goes, it's Windows. That's their God. That's their milk and butter, their honey, everything to them. So they're not really too into the gaming thing. The next genre of forbid is pretty much they're good at is the racing, and it's Forza. They're pretty much Forza. Okay, which is a good. I played the first one. I didn't play the other ones because Forza. I'm not really a racing game fan. I used to be around about when the Need for Speed era was really good, and then after a while, I stopped playing sports games altogether. But I played Forza at that time, and Forza was pretty good. But like I said, it's nothing good, nothing spectacular to me because I play the kart games. I play the Sonic All Star. I play the Mario karts, but that's about it. I won't really play any of the other ones because they're just not the thrill to me. But they may be a thrill to you. And like I said, it's pretty much average when it comes to racing games. They got one racing game, Forza, and they release it pretty much constantly. To me is their flagship game because that's the only one that really constant with. Halo, when I go back to the shooters, Halo and Gears of War, it's every couple of years. I ain't getting any younger, yo. That's just all it is to it. I ain't getting any younger, so I like the game to come out every year, at least every 2 years, 2 years base. And the games are coming out it's taking forever for me to find out that Cortana's in another galaxy. I really don't care too much for it anymore. I would stop playing it. Okay, I like what they do with Call of Duty, something, because either I want to play Call of Duty or I don't. It's just like Mario. Either I want to play it or I don't. I probably play about 2 Mario games back to back, and then won't play another one for about a year. Like Call of Duty, I do the same thing. Won't play another one for a year. It's just what you want to play at the time you want to play it. That's a good thing. It's good to have this stuff out there, but Microsoft takes too long to get stuff out. So the genre, and I think the racing game is pretty much on average. They really they just have an average game. Like Sony got Grand Prix and Nintendo have Mario Kart. Depending on what you want to play, racing game it's not that strong. It's just Forza, and Forza is good. Forza is worth it if you like that type of game. But that's just if you liked it. Then up the next genre up for bid is fighting games, and pretty much they get all but all the fighting games. But like I said, the controller is not good for fighting games. I don't know about the Xbox X controller, because when I traded in my Xbox One, I used to play it on. I couldn't stand them, so I bought all my fighting games for the competition. I didn't buy it for the Xbox because it just feels soft and loose. I don't like that. It needs to have some firmness to it and some accuracy to it, and it doesn't have much accuracy to it. But it was like that on the 360 too. But I only had a 360 for a while, the last generation. So the fighting game that their flagship fighting game has pretty much been a colossal mess to me, and that was Killer Instinct. With two companies making it, Double Helix started off with it, and then Amazon bought them because Amazon was thinking about getting into the console. I don't know what they're doing now. I don't know what Amazon did. It's just probably something they just bought. And Earn Galaxy, which I like the Double Helix better because their characters was more anime, especially when it came to the females. Earn Galaxy didn't they didn't animate the females at all. Double Helix did it's about crossing those I's and dotting those T's. It's the animation. That's what draws people to the game. It's not a clean screen because people see a 4K screen everywhere they go. That don't matter, but it's the detail, like when hair is moving or when clothes look better, when the clothes don't look painted on, and when hair, breasts bouncing and stuff. First of all, let's stop and talk about breasts for a minute. Breasts been bouncing since God said thou'th. I mean, millenniums. I mean, you have to have gotten over that. If you ain't gotten, if that bothers you, if every woman that walks past you, her breast bounce. If you have not gotten over that, something is seriously wrong with you. You need to be hospitalized. That cannot turn you gaga just to see the same something you see every day. Get over it. Get over it, fun boys. Get over it. Okay? But anyway, they didn't cross. Earn Galaxy didn't cross in. It didn't dot out of crossing. They just made the characters just look pretty much to be thrown together. And like I said, and I noticed that about a lot of games. I'm gonna go into that genre in a minute, but let's talk about fight because fighting games are my favorite. It's my favorite genre. That's what I prefer to play. And Microsoft, it just seemed like Microsoft didn't know what they wanted to do with Killer Instinct. Microsoft is trying to find the best way to make money. This is the business company of the gaming industry, and that's not really good. That's not good at all. When you're entertainment, this is entertainment. This is Hollywood. And Microsoft is this businessmen walking around saying they don't need that, they don't need that. And like I said, they cut a lot out of gaming industry. They did bring stuff to gaming industry like the achievements, but the achievement. But what have you done for us lately? But anyway, Killer Instinct didn't turn out well for me at all. I didn't like it. I enjoyed it at first, with pretty much Orchid being my favorite character, but that was about it. I did play a little bit with Jado. And then TJ Combo, they released him. That was one of my favorite characters from the old. But like I said, he looked all shiny when his clothes looked like they just painted the character all together. And it just looks bad. That's all it is to it. And Microsoft could have did a whole lot. I mean, the boards was uninspiring and unappealing and stuff like that. It was just a disappointment. And so on average, they're about average. Microsoft really is just not. They're a business company. That's it. They just know how to generate revenue, which is a good thing for business people. But when it comes to trying to entertain people or even trying to lead the pack, it shows. Microsoft can't never lead. They always losing. They never done well in fair competition, to be honest with you. Zoom versus the iPod, they never done well in fair competition. They're Windows. It's their guide. It's everything to them. And then you're moving on from there to, like I was saying, with their characters looking horrible, is when they're coming to the action adventure like Recoil. This game had the potential to be the next Metroid. And Microsoft totally went cheap. Because, like I said, they couldn't figure out a way to make more money off this game. And probably didn't think the game would be a success, which I played. I played it all the way through. And I had a ball with the game, but the game looked terrible. I mean, when you looked at Recoil, I don't know what her name is. I forgot her name. I mean, everything just was painted. I mean, nothing moved on her torso. Her clothes looked like it was just painted there, and this was left there. The scarf, I mean, it was barely any movement throughout the whole entire character. The eyes looked dead. Okay, and like and when it came to the robots didn't seem very detailed and put together well, let alone the weapon that she was using. I mean, but like I said, if you played the game, if you just play the game just for game, like if you could play a stick figure and then go through a level and you enjoy it, the game was extremely enjoyable. But Microsoft screwed that game up by being too cheap. I guess they were trying to make an A game and wind up making a D game at the same time. And their game was just horrible. The design, I mean, the character, I never seen none movement. I mean, this is too much power. This is far too much power for games to look like this, especially first party games. But like I said, Microsoft is Windows. They're just Windows. That's it. That's what shows in everything that they make. The only thing that they tend to is Windows, because like I said, if you try to make an OS and then you try to release it, Microsoft is going to buy you out. So I think this is where Microsoft's biggest weakness comes. They're so used to being alone. Okay, because they don't have no threat from Apple, because you got to buy Apple. You have to buy Apple products to use Apple's OS, and they don't have a problem with IBM. Is it IBM? If you know what I'm talking about. If they don't have it, because you have to buy, if you want their stuff, you have to buy their products. This is how it is. If you want their program, you got to buy their products. So they really don't have no threat. Anybody else that's in all the little satellites on the side, they just go and buy them out, and that's just all it is to it. So that's why, and so Microsoft is so used to doing it. When they have to compete, they can't. It's just like just now, I just started buying music from Microsoft, and then all of a sudden, they sent a message, they're shutting down their music because Apple is tearing everybody buy their music off either Apple or Google. Microsoft they don't show an initiative. That's the problem. And Recoil shows that they don't show that initiative, because you have to put Recoil up against Metroid. You see, Microsoft don't show no initiative. Okay, this is how it is with them. They're business people. They're Windows. That's what they do. They invest. That's what they do. So I don't know if it's gonna be another Recoil. And then there's another game, which became a top game. What's the name of that doggone game? Cuphead. Which I bought and played. I made it to the robot. I'm still playing it now. I made it to that robot, but like I said, the game got boring to me after a while. After the graphics went, after the cartoon characters get with the gamer came in on me, and I started. Like I said, it hit me for about 5 hours, and then after a while, I started noticing I'm getting bored with the game. And I noticed when I shoot, the characters have no response per reaction to anything. It's called R to R in gaming. Response to act, react to reaction. That's what it is. When you react and do something, they should have a reaction to it, but they don't have no reaction. You just wail on them until it says knockout. And that's a true Microsoft game. Whether this game will be good for a 2 or not, I don't know. But the price is good. $20. You can. I would tell anybody to go get Cuphead for $20, because pretty much that's what it's worth. It's a mixture of Mega Man and those Japanese Bulletstorm games where you flying in the ship and bullets are flying everywhere. But like I said, Cuphead is nerfed so much that that's what makes it challenging. It's not really a challenging game. It's just what they did to make it challenging. Like everything follows you around and you can't shoot. You just got to dodge it until you dodge it. You can't shoot it or anything. It's just everything is it's the invulnerability that they're giving the enemies that make it hard. I don't think that'll last. I've been in the game for 30 years and I've seen people do that. It doesn't last to a 2. People just get fed up with it. Okay, the nostalgia or what the art that they put on there, It depends on how far it can take it. Because like I said, the game really Cuphead. A lot of people like Cuphead, but I don't like it. I mean, a bunch of invulnerable things flying at me, and I got to dodge, and I can't shoot or react to have a reaction to it. No, okay. But it is. I would recommend anybody go just to see the art. The art is good, but the game it'll be all right with you for a while, and after a while, you just get bored with it because, like I said, it's not really a challenge. It's a challenge only because everything is invulnerable to everything you do. That's pretty much it. That's the only thing that makes it challenge. You can do Mario like that. Okay, you play a Mario game without using a power up and see how far you get. That's just all it was to it. So, like I said, Microsoft does, and like I said, Cuphead shows Microsoft don't pay too much attention to detail. They will put they'll put a good screen on there, but that's about it. But it's a lot of guts that goes into it. Okay, you need some transistors and some batteries and some alternators and some starters in there, so really get things clicking like it should be supposed to be. But they just paint a clean screen and that's it. Because this is a 4K machine, and it will put out a 4K. It looks good on my 4K TV. Okay, I bought a budget for. I didn't buy no expensive for 4K TV. I bought a budget 4K TV. It's a Sharp, and I got it from Best Buy. It was $4.99. They put it on sale for $3.29. Of course, I'm broke. Okay, I'm gonna get that. So I'm broke. Sure. It took me 2 days to get it, to think about it, but I went on the bottom because I was like, man, it's $3.29. But more than likely going to be like that anyway, eventually. But like I said, it's not a super one, but it's got a Roku or something thick to it, and I like it. And the TV turned out pretty well for me, so it looks good on my screen. But I didn't get Cuphead on my Xbox. I got it on my Steam machine because, like I said, I drive trucks, so I bought it on Steam. I didn't get the I didn't get on Microsoft Games Lab because, like I said, they need to work on their stuff, and that's the problem. Microsoft neglects their products. They neglect them bad, okay? Because again, Windows games for Windows shouldn't act like it is. I bought games and it always crashed on those. Okay, people try to support them, but Microsoft don't. They don't tend to their stuff, and that's the problem. They're rich people. They're rich men. They're looking for the best, the best money generating, the best money generating thing they can do. That's what they do. And like I said, this business here is an entertainment business, and it's a business that continuously moves forward. And Microsoft is not ready to move forward with it. They're just trying to regenerate revenue. Like I said, they want to make the best laser tag simulator where people constantly buying your stuff. They have no enthusiasm to buy this stuff, and I am dried up today for some reason. I think it's just diet that I'm on because I don't eat much. I'm allergic to chemicals that they put in the food, so my body don't know how to react to it, so it just stores it. So that's what the doctor's trying to work on, trying to see how they can get rid of it. It's not the food because I'm not eating a lot of food. It's the chemicals, and my body is storing them chemicals up, and that's what's making me as big as I am. Something with my thyroid too. But anyway, those are the major generators. Those are actually the ones. Those are actually the generators that Microsoft work on: the shooters, the racing, the fighting, and the action adventures. And it leads them. And like I said, one of the last major one is the RPGs, which Microsoft don't do at all. They had Fable, but compared to Fable, looked so cheap. I tried playing Fable 2 and 3, but like I said, when you play games like Zelda, and I'm talking about the older Zelda, because I can still play the old Zeldas now on my Retron 5, and they look a whole lot better. Microsoft, like I said, all the games they do don't detail things. When I played Fable, moves stiff. The clothing, you could change some clothing a little bit, but they were uninspiring. I think they're trying to force people to be something so much that it's coming to the point to where people don't want to be it. See, when you're in gaming, you got to put a lot of clothes. When I learned these days that you have to put a lot of clothes and stuff down now. People love changing the attire of it, and like I said, a lot of programs want people to see things one way, but people don't see it that way. It's like a music video. If you let people hear the song first, and they haven't seen the video, they're going to imagine a whole new scenario over what that video is going to be before they see that video. It's not going to be nothing like that because everybody has their own theory of mind pushing control, where they have what they look at the universe through. in a certain way if I explain it right without tearing it all up. But anyway, Microsoft need to put more clothes in there and let people be who they want to be, and stop letting people complain them into being one thing that other people aren't going to be. That's just all it is to it. Like I said, even when it came to Killer Instinct, they didn't put no outfits in there at all. They didn't do nothing. And then wonder why people complain. Because, like I said, everything Microsoft is doing is not worthy of the Xbox One X, especially with this X on the side of it. And even if the Xbox One original, Microsoft didn't do anything with it. It's no reason to have a 4K screen because you're not really going to tell the difference between 1080 and 4K anyway. Trust me, I got a Retro One 5. You really can't tell that once you get used to it once. You know, your brain is going to actually, some recalibrate it every time you move to where it's all going to pretty much look the same anyway. It's all about the animation and the detail you put in the game. And Microsoft was putting all this into it. You don't have to do that. That's why they were saying PUBG is running bad at 4K because you didn't have to run it at 4K. You could have just ran it at 1440. It'd be just a nice, better screen. That's all you needed. But Microsoft overwent. And I did get off RPGs. I'm sorry about that. Because, I really just can't stay on RPGs because Microsoft don't have any. They won't do them. They had one called Skinner a long time ago on Xbox original. What's the name of this Skinner again? I got it here somewhere, but I should have picked it out before I did. But I got to do the other systems too, and I'm kind of short on time. But they got something like Fable. And so they just need to detail it better. They can actually just redo the whole thing, just detail the thing. Microsoft's biggest weakness is detail, but they're just Windows. They're used to being the only ones. And when they do come out, when they have to challenge somebody like the iPod with the Zoom, they can't do it because they don't know how. That's all it is to it. And now they're sitting out here in gaming industry coming in last again because they came in last on every generation. And now they're back in last again because of the Switch. They don't know how to respond to fair competition. That's just all it is to it. And you got two others plus Steam out here, which pretty much net neutrality is gone. So it's only a matter of time before Steam don't work again. It's just a joke, okay? But anyway, is it? Anyway. I think that's the problem. Microsoft don't know how to respond to fair competition. And like I said, in many videos that I have made about Microsoft, I don't really know what their plans are. I mean, this is about gaming. That's what this is about. Microsoft can have another plan for the Xbox, and nobody knows. At first, it seemed like that they wanted to be some type of term instead of a console, a terminal, where where you can just order channels and stuff off of it and order games, and you just have a prepaid purchase to use the terminal. That's what it seemed like. That's what they wanted at first. But like I said, they changed back over the game. So this is about games. And this is only going on gaming theories. This is only gaming theories and facts. That's all it's about. And then you got, like I said, the other genres like strategies, but Microsoft really don't have a Halo Wars. And like I said, it's so I only talked to one person that played Halo Wars. And they like, strategy games. People play, it's about 100,000 people that play strategy games like that. But as far as the major ones concerned, I would rate Microsoft pretty much as an all around. I would give them a C to a C minus because they just don't pay attention to detail, and I think they really just don't care. This is all it is too. They up against a toy company and Nintendo, and they up against an entertainment movie company. I mean, these two companies that they're up against are about magic and fantasy and creating worlds beyond. Microsoft is a business company. They just want to pretty much sit here on Earth and just generate revenue. That's all. That's their only plans to look like. That's all they want to do is generate revenue. And pushing forward, I don't see any of the games that people really want coming back, like Banjo-Kazooie or Camille or a correctly done Killer Instinct. Other games that they have, like the I forgot the name, Sheik or something. It was an RPG that they made on and Jade Warriors. These were RPGs that they made on the Xbox original Xbox, and they did well. And like I said, I just don't see them coming back. Like Blinks, games that did fairly well on the system. They probably do better today. Microsoft it's just like they did the Rare Replay, and they could have just redone all the games on there and just put another engine on it and cleaned it up. As far as a system of replay value, or you just really getting into, like I said, you want to see your characters. Microsoft ain't that company. People, like I said, people are not really. New IPs are good, but people want the old IPs more than they want the new IP. They want their Mario in other galaxies and stuff like that. People want that. People want more Jak and Dexter. Okay, they want to see they want their old character. They want to see their old characters. It's just like Selena Gomez or Justin Bieber. You know, you want to see them. You know, they sung songs last year. You want to see them sing some new songs this year. That's how it is. That's what people want to see. And Microsoft ain't that company. So, like I said, Microsoft, I would say they're the weakest link of the gaming industry. They're just a business company, though. You got it, but you have to look at it. They're just a business company. That's all it is to it. They invest. They buy and sell. They buy the thing that's happening right now, and when it crashes, they're out of there. That's how they are. So it's up to you if it's right for you. I'm not gonna say it's a bad deal if you got it, but I'm not gonna say it's a good one if you got it either, because like I said, it depends on what you want in gaming. Now, if you in it for like Call of Duties and stuff like that, no, they're gonna get that most definitely. If you in it for the WWE games, they're gonna get that most definitely. If you're in it for, I guess, I would say Tekken or something like that, they're most likely gonna get that. Okay, but they do have some other strong points, like bringing their classic games over to the system, like some 360 games, and they get start doing on some Xbox original system, which I thought that was a crazy idea. I think on the Xbox original, they should have just put on the PC. They should have put those Xbox original games on the PC on Windows Live if they were playing. But I don't know what their plans are for Windows Live. I don't. They may not. They may thinking like we're just going to cancel that because we did just using Steam anyway. So like I said, but if they wanted to challenge Steam, they could have put those original games on there because any computer can play them. Any EO or i3 computer can play them, or Pentium. Anyone that can play that. Centennial, or whatever the name of Centron, or whatever the name of that other thing, whatever the company got, Intel had. Any integrated can play them games. So they could have exclusive games versus Steam. But other than that, they didn't do it. So, like I said, I don't know what their plans are. No one knows. See, that's the biggest problem that I have with Microsoft. I don't know what their plans are. I mean, Nintendo, I know what their plans are. They're a toy company. They want to make a better toy. They want to make a better. It's entertainment. They want to make better entertainment stuff. Like I said, and Sony, they want to take you into a world they're so entertaining. They want to take you into a world that you can't say that, but wow, I can't believe you brought me here. But when it comes to Microsoft, they're business people. You can't tell which way a businessman is going to go. He can smile at you one minute and get out of my business. You're fired in a second. Okay, it would without warning. The business is like a without warning thing. So we could be playing an Xbox one day and they could just come in without warning. I mean, it won't even be a rumor or anything that went around. We're not doing Xbox anymore. So it's up to you. What do you want in the system? If you really want those multiplayer games and all, like I said, everybody's. Like I said, I played online on my Xbox, I played online on PlayStation, and I played online on Nintendo. And I say they're all about the same. I really can't tell too much of a difference in any of them. So if you're just in it for just a game, and you just play whatever game, like any racing game, any shooter game, but most of the fighting games, besides Street Fighter, because it's over on the competition, this is a pretty good console for you to get. I don't know if anybody's going to really push 4K because it's not really necessary. Even with a 4K TV, it's not necessary because it's going to require too much power in the console, and it's going to cause instability in the game. It's just pretty much it's just something that just really don't matter, to be honest with you. But if that's what you want, then I would most definitely say get yourself an Xbox X. Okay, but like I said, Microsoft can go any way. And it's taking way too long to get a Halo out. It's taking way too long to get Gears of War out. I see how I would say Halo should come out every 2 years, and Gears of War should come out every 2 years. One should come out 1 year, and the other one should come out the other year. That's how it should be. But like I said, it's taking Microsoft 5 to I don't know how many years to get these games out there. It's taking far too long. I ain't getting. I can't wait 5 years for every game. Okay, I'm gonna be shoot. Okay, how long the world can change in a half a decade? A gaming series shouldn't be like that. That's too long. That's far too long. And like I said, I haven't seen Halo 5 been out. Let's see, I played it on this. Gears of War was out. I played it on this. And this right here, I got this like the year after it came out. I think 'cause I got it like it's got Sunset Overdrive on it, and that was 4 years ago, yo. That's too long. Okay, I'm not getting any younger here. Either you're gonna make it or you ain't. That's all it is to it. We really not care too much what happened with to find out that the Katana is in another galaxy. I could care less about Halo too much. But Gears of War 4, which was this was the worst one I ever played though. Okay, they really got on my nerves when they were talking to him and they wouldn't tell him what was going on. I want to just reach through the screen and slap. Just tell him what the heck is going on. I can't stand when I just can't stand it when they do that. They just tell them. Just tell them what's going on. But we had to go through that day. So it was one of them things, and pretty much I don't know who did that. Maybe it was the company that made. I forgot the name of the company. I'm sorry, but I just call them Microsoft because Microsoft really must tell what they can and can't do. And like I said, the stories are too short. A shooting game shouldn't be no 4 to 8 hours long. Okay, that's just all it is to it. It should be at least 12. I mean, you can get some side. You can load it full of side missions at least. I mean, to do the cheapest thing, you can do that at least. But other than that, I say Microsoft is a fair company to be in there, but they are a business company, and it's taking them too long to do things too. Yeah. But it's also taking Sony too long to do things too. It's taking them a long time to get games out, and like I said, I'm not getting any younger here, and it's taking Nintendo only when it comes to Zelda and other. But with Mario, they're pretty constant with Mario. So Microsoft is pretty much holding up pretty much steady. Just like I said, they're taking too long to do anything. But that's just how it is. None of us getting any younger. I mean, you shouldn't be you you should be 5 years old and play Halo, and then next time the next Halo come out, you're 20. Okay, that's just all it is to it. All the old games have died out. We're dying here. We are dying here. Make the doggone game if you're gonna make it. Okay, but anyway, rounding up, I would say Microsoft is pretty much a good. It's a decent company. I ain't gonna say it's a good one. I would give them a C minus to a C because, like I said, they don't detail their games. Take too long to get them out. Franchises that people want, they won't do them. I don't know why they just can't call somebody. Can you just do this and just be through with it? I mean, what we're gonna do? We're just gonna take let's just say Banjo Kazooie one. I'm gonna cry the same river. Can you just take Banjo and just redo it and just send it out there? We'll sell it for $29.99, $19.99. I don't care. Can you do? They just won't do that either. I mean, like I said, they won't come up with anything new. Somebody has to do it. See, this is the thing about Microsoft. Somebody has to do it, and then they have to see somebody do it first, and then if it's successful, then they'll attempt to do it themselves. Okay, which, like I said, they have all the characters for a card game. Card games are successful. They have all the content for a card game, but like I said, where is Perfect Dark? They won't put that out either. Everybody like Perfect Dark. And they can put Perfect Dark into the card game. You can put Banjo Kazooie and Blinks into the card game. You can put Camille into the card game. I mean, you got all the characters. You got everything, but they're not an entertaining company. They are a business company. And that's what pretty much is the bad part. Like I said, this is about the good, the bad, and the ugly of Microsoft. And also, is it right for you? And like I said, it seems like the bad days are starting to outnumber the good days because Microsoft just don't want to do it. This is all it is to it. Like I said, when the Xbox original came out, I'm gonna get ready to close this out. When even you could play your music on your system, download your music to the system, and you can play this music in game system. The Xbox One X, not so. They had all this good stuff, and at the end, they just stopped cutting away stuff people like. Stuff that they were making, people were buying the systems for and everything, like in the 360. That's what everybody came in to buy 360s for. And then Microsoft just stops. That's the problem. They just stop. When they have a good thing, they don't keep going. So, well, I mean, it's like they came a long way, but they keep cutting out stuff people want for some reason. But I guess they're trying to. But like I said, they're not only they're a business company, they're an American company. So that means that they're going to try to cut costs around every corner to make it to generate as much revenue as they want to. And when it comes to gaming, that's bad. When it comes to leading not just gaming company, not just the business, but the world, that's bad. When you don't have no imagination to move forward. Okay, that's just all it is too. It's like it's like these fraternities around the world, these major fraternities, big, huge fraternities, big, these rich fraternities. They say the world is prevalent with 500 million people, and I'm like, and I'm looking at them like, your thinking is so small. What about the rest of the galaxy? No wonder we don't have a shuttle system anymore. You're just giving up on everything. You just want to sit here and generate revenue. The reason why you say 500 million is because you're basing your theory on one thing: business. That's how much it costs to keep business moving. And that's the problem with Microsoft. They just want to keep business moving. They don't want to lead and push anything into a future. That's all they want to do. They just want to generate revenue. They don't want to create the next best thing. They just want to generate the biggest stack of money. That's it. So if the Xbox X will be right for you, it's up to you. That's all I say. Is it right for me? Yeah, I play all my shooting games on. But like I said, I pretty much bought it for Gears of War. That was the reason. Like I said, it's always a reason why you would buy your gaming system. And I bought a Wii U for Bayonetta, and I got a Switch for Zelda. That was it. And I actually played, Zelda on my Wii U first. But like I said, I wanted to play Zelda again, so I just went and bought a Switch. So I had already bought a Switch, so I said, I'm going to buy it on it. There's always a game you're going to buy. It's like I said, Sony is just a no-brainer. You got Uncharted, you got The Last of Us. I mean, I got Horizon. I mean, there's so many reasons to buy these systems. It is mostly just for the game. And you're gonna pick up a system for the game. Like I said, if you're gonna get the value out there, yeah, I do. So I play Halo. Halo. I ain't saying that I dislike Halo. It's just Halo. All right. It's just the shortness of Halo and the same thing in the same story. Katana somewhere else. Okay, you either gonna get together or you ain't. That's how I feel about it. Again, it's because, like I said, the Halo story just become an annoying story. It's just becoming so shallow, and then it's blitzed so far apart, and it's all it is. They just concentrate on this laser tag, the laser tag multiplayer, where everybody's going running around there shooting their friend in the head to the dead over and over again. That's it. But like I said, that's the strong points and the weak points. The strongest points are pretty much wow. I would say the multiplayer. I mean, that's what everybody like their laser tag simulator. Okay, but like I said, they tell it as far as like I said, in the strong points, as far as them really telling a story between Sony and Nintendo. I say it's on average because Nintendo really don't. It's just Nintendo is a cake and get it started. Okay, it's just gameplay. So with Sony lead, it's far off into a distant galaxy somewhere because their stories are phenomenal. Microsoft stories, I would say they're a little bit better than Nintendo's. Okay, because like I said, their games are so short that they really can't tell a story. So it's up to you. I would say if you are a shooting fan, this is a no-brainer. It's most definitely get an Xbox. If you are a shooting fan, if you are a fighting game fan, think about it. If you are a platformer, you don't belong here. Microsoft is not going to do it. They made up in their mind they're not going to do it. And Lucky Tail sucked. Okay, and as far as Cuphead goes, it's on Steam. anyway, and any computer can play it. My computer don't have a process. It has a processor. It doesn't have a graphics card in it. It's just integrated with processor. It plays perfectly fine. If you are a racing game fan, yeah, but the racing game in the first person would pretty much be a tick for tack, unless you want to play a card game, and that's where you may suffer it or think twice about it because, like I said, the competition, like Sony, like the PlayStation, they don't have a card game either. They had one, but they stopped. For some reason, they don't use it anymore. So pretty much, it depends on what you want. If you want a card game, you're gonna have to get yourself a Switch. Okay, but that's about it. Or I think you can get what is Sonic Transformation. I think you can get on here. I think so. I really think so because I bought my Sonic Transformation on my Wii U, so I think you can get on here. So as far as racing game, because like I said, so it falls slightly under when it comes from first person shooters to racing games because, like I said, it appears to be like kart games a lot. Fighting games, it really you got your choice. I would say a very C because, like I said, Killer Instinct was a flaming mess. Okay, it just they didn't know what they were doing. It's like they were trying to find a way to generate more revenue. That's what it seemed like they were trying. They were trying so hard to make revenue off of it that they messed the game up. It's just like Street Fighter. They tried so hard to make revenue off of it, they just messed the game up. No one wanted it, and like I said, it made type of money because they just screwed it up so bad. So, but fighting games, they get all the fight. They get more fighting games than Nintendo do. So you pretty much, I would say, when it comes to fighting games, since Street Fighter was the Street Fighter was screwed completely up to. I say Sony and Microsoft is on par for fighting games. I would say that. So I say fighting games on average, unless you want a Smash Brothers type, but you know only one place you can get that is Nintendo. And if you're an RPG fan, do not belong here. Microsoft is not going to do that. That's all it is to it. And strategy games, if you like Halo Wars, it's pretty much in. So this is how it sums up. If you are a shooting game fan, this is where you belong. If you are a racing game, you'll be alright here. It's alright with you. If you're a fighting game fan, you'll be okay. When it comes to platformers, I won't come around here if I was you. That's all. If you go RPG fan, you may get shot at because you do not belong here. Okay. And if you are a sports fan, okay, and there was one, and I left that out. If you are a sports fan, they get all it's only EA and 2K Sports, and they make it for all the systems, so it really don't matter. So that's who are you? So it just goes down to who are you. If you are a shooter fan and you're a racing fan and you're a fighting game fan, pretty much you'll be okay here. But anything else, as far as RPGs or platformers or strategy games, pretty much okay, but nobody really does strategy games that well, but computers. So this is where you belong. So where do you belong? It's up to you. But this is 10Gen, and I rambled on about Microsoft and their strong points, their weak points, their good, the bad. I went all the way into the ugly. I went all the way into the good. It is being the strongest system. I talked about the company as together as much as I possibly can because I done run this all alone. I hope this helps you in what you choose to be a purchase of. As far as my recommendation, I say it's all right with me. It's all right with me. Okay? It really is. If I had to choose one, it wouldn't be this one, though. I'm just going to be honest with you. It wouldn't be this one. So, because it just simple fact that I'm a fighting game fan and I like RPGs and I like platformers. Microsoft don't do RPGs or platformers. But they do, but I am a shooting game fan. And that's the reason why I've gotten it. Like I said, I am a shooting game fan. But like I said, they don't bring them all to the table. That's just all it is to it. And plus, I'm a reoccurring person. I like to see my characters reoccur. Microsoft don't do that well at all. But this is 10Gen. And this right here is the good, the bad, the ugly about the Xbox and Microsoft. And I hope it gave you what you want. And I hope that you be happy. And God bless. if you don't like God, then I wish you good luck. Okay, and if you and like I said, the reason why I say God bless because you can put your God there and bless there, so everybody on the equal. And for those who don't believe in God or anything, I wish you well. So this is 10 Gen, and I'll see you when I get back off the road.